Did you know that every time a plane takes off, it can cost more than a house in Texas? Or that a single Boeing 737 can perform up to 3,000 flights a year? Flying a plane isn't just about filling the tank and taking off. There are hidden costs most passengers don't see: fuel, crew salaries, airport fees, maintenance, and the numbers are shocking. Today we'll break down the real costs of operating a plane, reveal how Ryanair sells tickets cheaper than a coffee, and explain why low-cost airlines work differently from big names like Delta, American Airlines, and United. Stick around until the end, and I guarantee you'll be surprised. A Boeing 737 used for short-haul flights burns around 2,500 liters of jet fuel per hour. With an average price of €1 per liter, a 2-hour flight can cost around €5,000 just for fuel. But if we're talking about a long-haul aircraft like a Boeing 787, the costs skyrocket. A single intercontinental flight can burn through €50,000 worth of fuel, and that's just the start. Now let's add crew salaries. Pilots earn between €100 and €300 per hour, depending on their experience and the airline. If we add the co-pilot and cabin crew, a short-haul flight can cost around €4,000 in wages. For long-haul flights, this rises to €25,000 per flight. However, if you're flying with Ryanair, the crew probably earns less and is trained to only smile if you pay extra. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if you want eye contact, they'll charge you another €5. But wait, we're not done. Airport fees also add up. At airports like Barcelona or JFK, a short-haul plane can pay between €3,000 and €4,000 in fees. But at premium airports like Heathrow or LAX, that number can go beyond €10,000 per flight. Maintenance costs are another major expense. Planes go through constant inspections to ensure they're in perfect condition. For a short-haul flight, maintenance costs around €1,500 per flight, and for a long-haul flight, it can reach €7,000. And finally, we have the cost of the aircraft itself. A new commercial plane can cost between €50 million and €150 million, so most airlines prefer to lease them. Leasing a Boeing 737 can cost between €300,000 and €500,000 per month, and every flight has to cover a portion of that. All in all, flying isn't cheap. A short-haul flight typically costs around €16,000, while a long-haul flight can easily go over €150,000 per flight. Low-cost airlines have a simple trick. They fly as many times as possible and never waste a minute. A Boeing 737 can perform up to 8 flights a day, while a long-haul aircraft only does 1 or 2. This allows low-cost airlines to spread their costs more efficiently. In Europe, Ryanair and Vueling dominate the low-cost market, but in the US, Southwest Airlines is king. Their strategy is similar. They only operate short and medium-haul routes and use an almost exclusive fleet of Boeing 737s. This reduces maintenance and crew training costs. But if you want the American Ryanair experience, just look at Spirit Airlines. Like Ryanair, they sell ridiculously cheap tickets, but then charge you for everything. Want to bring carry-on luggage? Pay. Want an assigned seat? Pay. Want the flight attendant to smile at you? Well, that's not even an option, even if you pay. They also avoid expensive airports. Ryanair will never land at Heathrow or LAX if they can avoid it. Instead, they prefer cheaper airports like Girona or Beauvais near Paris. In the US, Spirit and Frontier do the same, avoiding JFK and opting for more affordable airports like Fort Lauderdale or Baltimore. Short-haul planes like the Airbus A320 or Boeing 737 are flying machines. They can operate between 5 and 8 flights per day, adding up to around 3,000 flights per year. Medium-haul planes like the Airbus A321XLR perform between 1,500 and 2,000 flights annually, as their routes are slightly longer. And for long-haul aircraft like the Boeing 787 or Airbus A350, the numbers are much lower. They typically perform between 500 and 900 flights per year due to long flight durations and crew rest requirements. This is why low-cost airlines prioritize short-haul planes. They can operate more flights and distribute costs much more efficiently. Now you know the hidden costs of aviation. Flying a plane costs way more than most people imagine, and the number of flights per year depends on the aircraft type and airline strategy. And if you want an airline that doesn't charge you for everything, just look at Delta, American Airlines, or United. Sure, the tickets are more expensive, but at least they don't charge you for breathing like Ryanair and Spirit do. So now it's your turn. Have you ever flown with Spirit Airlines or Frontier? Do you think they're worse than Ryanair or even more extreme? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I've got plenty more videos about planes, airlines, and travel that you won't want to miss. Thanks.